Hey everybody, Jerry here. And my friend had approached me with some psilocybin mushrooms, and believing that everything happens for a reason, I figured if it found me, then it was meant to be. So I decided that I wanted to try these psilocybin mushrooms. I wanted to, I guess, experiment, try to compare these so-called spiritual experiences that people have while on these. And I wanted to compare that to maybe astral projection, lucid dreaming, you know, being someone who does that and is aware of the energy system that runs throughout, you know, our bodies. I just wanted to compare the results, okay? So, last night I took psilocybin. Let me show you here. This is the psilocybin molecule, okay? Now, this is your DMT molecule. So, you can see it's pretty much exactly the same. If you remove the psilocybin, it's basically the same. But it was quite an experience, I'll tell you that. Highly hallucinogenic. I took a, you know, pretty high dosage because I wanted to have that spiritual experience. You know, I really wanted that. What is it? You want to go out? Okay. But anyways, you know, I took the mushrooms, I had the experience. Let me tell you a little bit about it, okay? First thing I noticed was it activates your chakras, or you become aware of your chakras and your energy system. You become aware of that, okay? So I could feel my chakras just immediately open up, and I could feel them extend all the way through from front to back. My third eye immediately activated. I think this has a lot to do with what people, the visuals people are seeing, okay? You know, it's the third eye working with the physical eyes, because the third eye. But the experience was very much like a real-time astral projection, I would say. Everything seemed very fluid-like. Everything just seemed to move in a flowing way, you know? And I closed my eyes and laid back, and I was engulfed by colors. I would say it wasn't a full-fledged out-of-body experience, but I closed my eyes and I seen these patterns of lines just coming down at me, and these lines were 3D and in every color all at once. And then these lines crossed into checkerboard patterns, and it just seemed to consume me completely. And from there I seen so many, I wouldn't say anything in particular, it was just shapes, geometrical patterns. Everything was just coming at me and consuming me, it just seemed like. I could hear what sound like some kind of angelic chanting or humming or singing, but I couldn't make out the words. I couldn't make out the words. I could hear it. I could hear it perfectly, but I just couldn't make out the words. It didn't make any sense. But it had a very calming effect, you know. It was very calming. It really was. You know, very soothing. Because I tell you, if you decide to take psilocybin and have this experience, you better be prepared for it, okay? Because once things start going, you know, psychedelic, there's no stopping it. There's no off switch, okay? You are going for a ride, and you better be prepared for that, okay? There's no turning it off, okay? Once it starts, it starts. But I was laying there and I was just engulfed by all these shapes and colors, and it was amazing. I could feel the energy throughout my whole body, pounding everywhere. I could feel chakras, 1/3 the size of your major chakras, like in the center of every joint in my body. You know, I could feel them just throbbing and beating. And as I started to drift off into this, and it started to just consume me, I was hit with just waves of I don't know what. I know as you start to go out of body, you start to go deaf as you're rising out of body. And a wave would hit me. It would hit me in just these waves. And my whole body, I would just go deaf. And I can't even describe the feeling. But it was just this energy hitting me in waves. It just kept coming. It was quite an amazing experience. I think if I would have had just a little bit more, it would have pushed me over to have that true out-of-body spiritual type experience that I was looking for. But it was you know, quite an amazing thing. If you know you're going to do this, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who, you know, is underage. Wait till you get a little bit older before you make a decision to do something like this. You know, if you've never done this, it could be quite scary, you know. But DMT exists in every living organism. Everything is produced by the pineal gland. It's produced at night during dream time. So it's theorized that we have this massive DMT experience during dream time. So while our awareness is focused in this awake physical body, and we introduce this molecule, we start to experience, while in this physical state, what we would during dream time. So it's some kind of an in-between state. You know, as you become aware of the energy system, these things, you start to become more aware of the higher frequency realm. I would say not quite the real time zone, not quite the physical, but somewhere down here where you just get a taste of the higher frequency dimension. Something like pure DMT would definitely throw you into that out-of-body state, into that higher frequency realm. But anyways, I just wanted to share my experience with you guys. Thank you.